Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Bard. My name is Dylan and I'm going to be asking myself a few questions. That way you guys get to know me a bit better before I go on this journey and asking everyone else questions about themselves. So stay tuned and let me know if there's anything else you want to know at the end of this. And yeah, let's see what happens. Who is Dylan Anderson is going to be the hardest question I'm ever going to have to answer because I don't even know who he is and I am him and have been him for the last 33 years. I'm a high school dropout, a failed businessman, failed as a father for a little bit, an alcoholic, and now trying to get my life on track by making more mistakes than I ever have in the last however many years. So I work in the civil construction industry. I'm a supervisor, meant to be, a role model, so to say, but I don't know if you can class me as one. So yeah, that's who I am. I would have been about 10 or 11 and I convinced my old girl to let me buy 8 Mile on DVD. I didn't even know who Eminem was back then. I just liked the fact he sounded like a chocolate. So she finally let me do it, and I remember it clearly because it had the Superman film clip on it, and if you paused it directly at a certain point, you got to see that chick's nipple. So that made me watch it a fair bit while I was in high school and before the internet sort of kicked off a bit. Then YouTube, just searching, Aussie fucking rap battles and all that sort of stuff. I stumbled across Dragonfly and I followed him a fair bit. Then 360 vs Keynote came up with the Got Beef battles back in the day. And that would be the battle that stands out the most to me as the one that got me hooked on what it was. So that whole event actually was a fucking field lineup, and yeah, it was sick. I wasn't even there. I wasn't even old enough to drink or do anything. I just loved the fact that they were just abusing and being funny to each other. So yeah, that's what got me into the battle rap, and I followed it ever since. And then the hip hop, hanging out with graphers and whatnot back in the day in Secret Harbour, roaming the streets, watching AH paint up. And I still remember Blame painted this piece opposite our school, which we could see from our classroom, right on the corner of, I don't even know what street it is. So, but yeah, right there. And then listening to Aerosol Era and the Bias B and just loving the flow of it and the fact that I could relate everything in the songs to what I was living. I can pretty much relate every mistake or positive in my life to one of these songs that has come out of Australia. So it's all I listen to. I don't listen to anything else. I get teased by listening just to Aussie hip hop, but that's who I am. That's what I love. So I remember that quite clearly. So as I've mentioned, I am a bit of an alcoholic. About the 25th Anzac Day this year, I was forced to go sober, and I thought it was going to be easy because I never really thought of myself as an alcoholic. So the first day, piece of piss. Second day, got harder. Third day, I went back to work, and after that day, it was a fucking struggle. And the first month was a struggle, which I thought was going to be the biggest struggle. And then I was allowed to drink again after 31 days. But I decided not to, and the days after that 31 days are actually a lot harder because they're by choice. Like, I can go and have a beer if I want, but I'm choosing not to. I'm choosing to be sober. I don't know if I want to be sober forever or 100% sober. I love a beer. I love a cocktail, but I just need to become sober for myself and show myself that I can do it, to be a stronger and better person and right my wrongs that I do. So, I've been toying with the idea of this for a few months, but had nothing to force me to do it. And then after leaving one of my meetings, which is a SMART program to help with addiction, that they said something in there that just made me click and go, you know what? I'm going to fucking do it. It's going to keep me busy. It's going to keep me distracted. I love the scene. I love the people. And I think just doing something and giving back to that community that has got me through all my hard times, all my good times, trying to, shine a positive light on the Aussie hip hop scene, which a lot of people, don't look at it like that, because obviously people rap about crime and drugs and girls and whatnot. But if you actually listen to the words, there's a lot of meaning in it. And yeah, so pretty much this is my distraction to stay sober. So I'm going to use it as that and try and, hold myself accountable and, yeah, just focus on the good and shine a light on the good and the people doing good in this scene. So, and since announcing me doing this, I've actually had a lot of people reach out and offer me advice and help and it's a scary thing, because like, what am I going to do? This might be a fucking total flop. And I've got big names going, yeah, I'll jump on, I'll talk shit with you. So it means a lot. And just holding myself accountable to do a good thing as well as stay sober at the same time. And yeah, that's why I'm starting this now. So as mentioned, my main goal is to keep myself distracted and stay sober with this. And if that is all I get out of it, then I'm going to pat myself on the back. I can't even pat myself on the back. I'm going to pat myself on the shoulder and say, well done, Dylan, you've done good. Anything else I get out of it, fucking brilliant. Let's go. Let's, the sky's the limit with this, because I've set my goal that small, and it's a selfish goal as well, because it's all about me. So even if you guys don't like it, as long as I'm sitting here in front of this fucking camera talking shit to someone, don't even know who it's going to be, and I'm not drinking, then fucking well done. So that's my main goal. I also want to shed the light on the positive side of the hip hop and the graffiti and, the people behind it, because there's more to the people than their music and what they write. There's a whole lot of positives, and, maybe me saying, I'm sober, might help someone else fucking get off the piss or the drugs or whatnot. So yeah, that is my goal, is mainly just to stay sober, which I don't want to talk about being sober every fucking episode or whatnot, but it's going to come up. But yeah, I want to get other people's opinions and, learn. I want to learn about people and just be a positive thing in the scene. And yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Hopefully I've answered a few of your questions. Obviously this is a bit of a shorter sort of concept. I plan on doing both longer, interviews and shorter interviews. Some people don't want to talk a lot. Some people just have a few things to say. So let us know who you want us to talk to. Tag us in videos on Instagram and send us your music and whatnot, and we'll keep an eye on it. So cheers, guys.